Hey gang, it's JC, and this is the Daily Dose for Wednesday, February 16th, 2011, a combined venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Brentwood. Archives top of the page, check out the Video Village and the Wayback Machine. A lot of great old television history there for you, some old television pieces that I was involved in, and some great St. Louis stories on video. You can check all that out on those features. And then along the bottom strip here, we have JC's Eye Candy. Every day we try to throw something pretty good at you. We got some very, very good stuff today, which I'll talk about in just a couple of minutes. Tonya Harding is pregnant. How desperate does some guy have to be before he'll... anyhow, she revealed the baby is going to be a welfare recipient. Another season of Survivor begins tonight. This time, contestants try to survive 39 days in Charlie Sheen's house. Donald Trump tells Fox News he is against gay marriage. Oh, just wait until his hairdresser hears about this. And CBS News reporter Lara Logan was sexually assaulted while covering the situation in Egypt. No word on what Kobe Bryant was doing in Egypt. All right, yesterday we had the big Stan Musial day, and it was Musial, by the way. It's not Musial unless you're speaking Polish. You can't be Polish for one word, okay? And then it's also not Musial, which is what some skippy at the White House said yesterday during the introductions and the presentation of the Presidential Medal of Freedom. How does a mistake like that get made? And then people wonder why people have questions about the way their United States government functions. Stan Musial is what we heard. He said it like 7 times, so it wasn't just the one mistake. The guy, never mind. Thanks to everybody who came out and joined us at Lester's yesterday, and Trish is just absolutely snagged on those corned beef sandwiches and pastrami on rye and everything like that. Again, Pedro and the rest of the gang over at Lester's on Clayton Road in Ladue just actually knocked us out yesterday. We thank them very much, and to everybody who listened and sent very, very nice things to us. Thanks very much. I've been working hard lately. You know, I hardly out of the house the last 5 or 6 days because I was working nonstop. Let's see, we had the Valentine's Day show on Monday, had the Musial show yesterday. I was just on the computer editing and digging up stuff out of the archives. Wanted those shows to sound really, really good for you guys. And then also had a magazine article due for St. Louis Sports Magazine. Barely got out of the house. I'm getting out the next 2 days with temperatures approaching 70 degrees. You bet your sweet bippy I'm going to get out. But again, yesterday was one of those days where I was inside the entire day because we did the broadcast, and then we shot a TV commercial, which you're going to be seeing very, very soon. I can't tell you too much about it. The only thing I can tell you is that the people who work producing, directing, recording, and just sort of working on TV commercials, every time I do one of these things, I am reminded of what grueling work it is. You have no idea how much work goes into the making of television production. It's incredible. I mean, so much so that as I was watching him do it, I was thinking to myself, I would never want to do this. This is too much work. Very meticulous, very sporadic too, and very competitive. So it's really, really difficult to get work and keep getting work even when you do quality stuff. And but these people just knocked themselves out. It was a long, long day yesterday. You know, I didn't get out of this TV production thing until it was almost 6:30 yesterday, and we went in at 2. So, and that's to record one 30-second commercial. I'm telling you, my hat's off to the people who work in TV production. All right, Billy Ray Cyrus says the whole Hannah Montana thing destroyed his family, and if he had it to do over again, he wouldn't, as he was driving his Porsche home to drink champagne. Now, he really says that his daughter is screwed up, and he's fearful for her. He's fearful for her life. He started talking about, you know, stuff like Michael Jackson and other people who have checked out way, way too early. Says that, you know, it was too much too early, and you know, but then, you know, just when you start thinking to yourself, okay, this mullet-headed dope with achy, breaky heart and all that stupid stuff he used to do, and then you know, got his goofy daughter running all over the place, and then you think, okay, well, maybe the guy has seen the light. Maybe he's really sort of come back to earth. And then he starts talking about that maybe Satan was responsible for all of this. Malcolm in the Middle star Frankie Muniz got into a little trouble over the weekend. That is, if you count throwing your girlfriend against a wall and then taking out a loaded gun and pointing it at yourself, so that the police had to be called Frankie, when the police showed up, said the gun wasn't even loaded. And then they picked it up and it was loaded. So Frankie in a heap of trouble. This Lara Logan thing. You wonder how they send a girl, and a pretty girl, by the way. Lara Logan's a beautiful woman. And you send her into harm's way like that with not enough security so that she ends up getting separated from her camera crew and her security forces and gets roughed up, beaten severely, sexually assaulted. I mean, all that sort of stuff. You know, what's up with CBS? How do you send somebody into a situation like that with not enough security? Why do you send them into something like that anyhow? It's just, the whole thing just sort of makes me sick. All right, Paula Abdul's show, Live to Dance, looks like it's on the verge of cancellation. She was apparently devastated when she heard the news from CBS yesterday. However, that would be a possible blessing in disguise because Simon Cowell has just been fawning all over the place lately, talking about how wonderful Paula is and everything like that. And he's getting ready to launch that show, The X Factor, and that could reunite them, and that could be a good thing for both of them. As we reported yesterday on the Big 550 KTRS, the Grammy show on Sunday night had the largest audience in 10 years. 27 million people watched that show. American Idol, number 2 and number 3 show, averaging out at about 24 and 21 million viewers. Jersey Shore, again, the most watched show on cable last week with almost 8 million viewers. God help us all. National Enquirer says O.J. Simpson was severely beaten in prison a few months ago by a racist skinhead. There are other people who are disputing that whole thing. David Letterman seems to have a soft spot for Lindsay Lohan. I do too. And it's probably got something to do with the fact that I met her and interviewed her for The Parent Trap when she was, I think it was like 11 or 12 years old. And I don't know, I guess that brought a human characteristic into the whole equation. And I still think she's a knockout. I think she was a better knockout before she started running herself into the ground, because now you see some pictures of her and she just looks toasted. And then others, she goes walking into court the other day looking like $1 million. Totally inappropriate. But if you're just judging on beauty alone, oh my God, the girl's beautiful. And I just think I have a soft spot. And apparently David Letterman does too, because he's had her on the show, even when she was having her, you know, in the midst of all of her difficulties, still had her on the show, and she sort of gave her version of things. Obviously, most of it was a lie, her version of it, but she was at least given the opportunity. So he did a top 10 list a couple of nights ago, top 10 surprises at the 2011 Grammy Awards, and one of the things on the list was Lindsay Lohan seen leaving the Staples Center with a Grammy-shaped bulge. Pretty funny. So anyhow, she's going to be a celebrity guest on Thursday night show, and apparently going to do the top 10 list. And by the way, the other guest on the show, Lohan's friend/enemy, Paris Hilton. Somebody, this has been a couple of times now where somebody has claimed that they actually have it. But now, this might really be it. Somebody released the secret recipe for Coca-Cola. The secret recipe. Some of the stuff on here. Fluid extract of cocoa, 3 drams, USP. That stands for United States Pharmacopeia or something. Citric acid, caffeine, sugar, it says 30, but it doesn't say what, 30 what. 2.5 gallons of water, lime juice, vanilla, caramel. The secret 7X factor. Every 5 gallons of syrup gets 2 ounces of flavor, and that includes 8 ounces of alcohol, 20 drops of orange oil, 30 drops of lemon oil, 10 drops of nutmeg oil, 5 drops of coriander, 10 drops of neroli, never heard of it, and 10 drops of cinnamon. So if you feel like going to your kitchen and whipping up a batch, I don't know how you're going to get the carbonation in, but good luck. Make yourself a big barrel of flat Coke. Right. Oh, yeah, JC's Eye Candy. This is just fabulous. You know, I bitch and I moan about things when I'm on the radio, and I've been listening to it for years, and I probably shouldn't complain. It's sort of like the Joe Walsh song, Life's Been Good. I can't complain, but sometimes I still do. And yesterday was just another example of why I should just shut the F up. Mike Hackett from Hackett Security, one of our fine sponsors of the showgram on the Big 550 KTRS, every weekday from 10 until 1, along with Trish Gazelle. We have Eric Mink and Smash and Lori Mack and lots of people joining us on the show at various times. Mike Hackett comes up to me yesterday. He hands this to me. And it took a moment to register. And then it took a moment to register, was he just showing it to me or was he giving it to me? Well, yes, it was a gift. And if you know anything about Mike Hackett at Hackett Security, you know that his father, the colonel, was the police chief in St. Louis and is a very, very close friend of Stan Musial. So yesterday, Mike comes up to me and he hands me this. And by the way, this is one of the pictures, along with a couple of other really, really good shots. There's something on eye candy today that somebody, if Albert doesn't sign with the Cardinals, he's going to end up with the Cubs in all likelihood. And there's 100 reasons why I could give you why people say that's the likely destination for Albert. Well, somebody has done a little Photoshop with Albert and a Chicago Cubs uniform. You've got to see it. It's right along here on eye candy. Make sure you look at it. Chances are you're going to probably send it to everybody you know. But anyhow, back to that picture. This is what Mike Hackett sends me yesterday. He hands it to me yesterday. Can you get a good shot of that? I'm holding it up. Albert number 5, Holiday number 7, and in the middle, Stan Musial number 6, and it's autographed by Stan. How's that? How's that for a gift? See, I should just shut up. Anyhow, that's on eye candy today. Enjoy that. All right, that's it. JC's Daily Dose for Wednesday, February. Oh, geez, I had it. Wednesday, February 16th. A combined venture with Mind Active on beautiful downtown Brentwood is where they're located. Call Mind Active if you're looking for some web strategy and stuff like that. They'd be more than happy to help you out. And that's pretty much it. Feel better, Trish. She's not doing so good. Not going to be on the show with us today. We'll wait and see if she shows up tomorrow. But she was getting sick during the show yesterday, so we wish her the best. Come back, feel better, all that sort of stuff. In the meantime, we've beaten this one to death. Have a good one. See you later. Bye.